Making the NBA draft is something special, but being the first pick in the draft is even more spectacular. It's the dream of every aspiring player, but it's not a guarantee of a successful NBA career. Remember Anthony Bennett, the 2013 first-round pick who turned the draft stage into a disappearing act because he simply vanished from the limelight? On the flip side, a handful of players not only achieved the feat of being the #1 pick, but went on to become legends of the game. Here is a list of 8 players who are the best #1 draft picks of all time. Can you guess which players made this list? At number 8 is David Robinson. In NBA history, few stories are as inspiring as that of David Robinson, the towering figure known as the Admiral, which is not just a nickname, but a reminder that the San Antonio Spurs had to wait 2 years after David made the first pick in the 1987 NBA draft because he was in the U.S. Naval Academy at the time. In 1989, when Robinson finally arrived, the impact was immediate and transformative. The Spurs, who had recorded a dismal 21 wins and 61 losses the previous season, soared to a 56-26 record with Robinson leading the charge. It was one of the greatest single-season turnarounds in NBA history, and it was just the beginning. Robinson's career was a collection of achievements. He's a 2-time NBA champion, a 10-time All-Star, the 1995 NBA MVP, and a member of the revered 50 greatest players in NBA history list. His stats were staggering: over 20,000 points, 10,000 rebounds, 4,000 assists, and 3,000 blocked shots. This was a record only the best in the game can match up to. But Robinson's legacy extends beyond the numbers. He was a leader who led by example, a philanthropist who gave back to his community, and a patriot who served his country with pride. His accolades are numerous, including 2 Olympic gold medals and induction into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame, not once, but twice. His final season culminated in a second NBA championship, a fitting end for a player who had given so much to the game. Number 7. Allen Iverson. In the summer of '96, the Philadelphia 76ers placed their bet on a young dynamo from Georgetown. Allen Iverson, a name soon to be known by all, was the first overall pick. As the '96 season unfolded, Iverson didn't just play, he performed. Each game was a play of crossovers with AI at the center of all the action. Scoring an average of 23.5 points per game, AI wasn't just playing basketball. He was rewriting the rules one game at a time. Despite standing at a mere 6 feet, Iverson towered over the game. His style wasn't just about points. It was a statement, a blend of hip-hop swagger and relentless hustle that turned a basketball player into a cultural icon. Fast forward to the 2000-2001 season, Iverson, now the soul of the 76ers, led his team to the grand stage of the NBA Finals. Though they did not win, AI was crowned the MVP. Allen was a scoring maestro with an average of 31.1 points per game. AI would go on to claim the title of NBA highest scorer 4 times and 11-time NBA All-Star, but never won an NBA championship. Yet, Iverson was also a 2-time NBA All-Star Game MVP and made the All-NBA team 7 times. His number 3 jersey was retired by the Philadelphia 76ers to honor his impact on the franchise and the league. As remarkable as Allen's career was, our next star eclipses his achievements. Number 6. Hakeem Olajuwon. From Nigeria as a soccer goalkeeper to an NBA legend, a story like that of Hakeem Olajuwon is rare. What's even more surprising about Hakeem is that he did not start playing basketball until age 15, an age many would consider too old to learn a new sport. He made it from the sun-baked courts of Lagos to the shining arenas of the NBA. The Houston Rockets, sensing greatness, selected Olajuwon as the first overall pick in the 1984 NBA draft. It was a draft that would go down in history, not just for the selection of Olajuwon, but for the incredible talent it produced, including legends like Michael Jordan and Charles Barkley. Yet, it was the dream who would rise to become a cornerstone of the Rockets, transforming the franchise into a powerhouse. Olajuwon's impact was immediate and profound. With his signature dream shake, a mesmerizing blend of feints and spins, he left defenders grasping at shadows. His agility and finesse were unheard of for a man his size, and his defensive prowess was unmatched, earning him 2 NBA Defensive Player of the Year awards. But it was the mid-1990s that would cement Olajuwon's legacy. In the 1993-94 season, he was named the NBA's most valuable player, a prelude to the Rockets' back-to-back NBA championships in 94 and 95. Olajuwon was the heart and soul of those triumphs, securing Finals MVP honors in both campaigns. Number 5. Shaquille O'Neal. Big Shaq is a special kind of player, as you'll see. Few figures loom as large as Shaquille O'Neal. No pun intended. He was a colossus of the court whose very name reminds us of shattered backboards and his thunderous dunks. His journey began in 1992 when the Orlando Magic, entranced by his sheer size and potential, made him the first overall pick in the NBA draft. It was a decision that would alter the landscape of the league for years to come. He was a rookie sensation, a titan who earned the Rookie of the Year title and led his team to the NBA Finals within 3 years. His dominance was not just in his physicality, but in his charisma, his larger-than-life personality that endeared him to fans and intimidated opponents. Yet, even the Titans have their weaknesses, and for Shaq, it was the free throw line. Standing at the charity stripe, the basketball seemed to shrink in his massive hands, his shots often flat and lacking the necessary arc to swish through the net. His free throw percentage hovered around a mere 52.7% in the regular season, a stark contrast to his otherwise stellar performance. But Shaq's story is not one of weakness, but of overcoming. His free throw struggles became part of his legend, a humbling reminder that even the greatest have flaws. His teammates soon made it a joke, and Shaq was never offended by it. Kobe Bryant once said Shaq would have achieved even more if only he put a bit more work into his game. Despite his notorious shortcomings, he amassed over 28,000 points in his career, ranking him among the NBA's all-time leading scorers. His partnership with Kobe Bryant led to a Lakers dynasty, cementing his legacy as one of the greatest to ever grace the hardwood. Number 4. Tim Duncan. Tim never wanted to be a basketballer, and he certainly never dreamt he would be one of the best that ever bounced the ball. Perhaps we should be glad that his dream of being a world-class swimmer was dashed and fate interfered to make him pick up the ball. The 1997 NBA draft was not just the beginning of Tim's iconic career in the NBA, it was a renewal of hope for the straggling San Antonio Spurs. With the first overall pick, they sought a savior and found one in Tim Duncan. The big fundamental, as he would come to be known, was the consensus number 1 prospect, and thankfully so. Alongside the legendary David Robinson, Tim formed the Twin Towers, a duo that would bring the Spurs their first NBA title. Duncan's rookie year was crowned with the Rookie of the Year award, but it was just the beginning. He would spur the team to win 5 championships. To his name, Tim has 2 NBA MVP titles, he's a 3-time NBA Finals MVP, and a 15-time NBA All-Star. Tim Duncan is the only player to be selected to both the All-NBA and All-Defensive teams for 13 consecutive seasons. Tim is not just a legend. His records remain unbroken to date. Number 3. Earvin Magic Johnson. His journey to basketball immortality began in 1979 when the Los Angeles Lakers, with a stroke of genius, selected him first overall in the NBA draft. From the hardwood floors of Michigan State to the glitz and glamour of LA, Magic was destined for greatness. With a name like Magic, he had a lot to live up to, and boy did he deliver. Johnson dazzled fans with his no-look passes and clutch performances, becoming the NBA's assists leader 4 times and steals leader twice. His rookie year was nothing short of a fairy tale. In Game 6 of the NBA Finals, with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar sidelined, Magic played center and put up a magical performance with 42 points, 15 rebounds, 7 assists, and 3 steals, leading the Lakers to victory. It was a performance so legendary that it's still talked about today. But Magic didn't stop there. He went on to guide the Lakers to 5 NBA championships and made 12 All-Star appearances. His career assists per game average of 11.2 is the highest in NBA history, and he holds the record for most assists in the playoffs with a staggering 2,346. He was a player who truly lived up to his name, bringing magic into the game. Number 2. LeBron James. It should come as no surprise that LeBron James is in the top 2 of our list. With his record as the top scorer in NBA history, LeBron's journey from high school prodigy to NBA legend is nothing short of extraordinary. Drafted straight out of St. Vincent St. Mary High School in Akron, Ohio, LeBron was the first overall pick by the Cleveland Cavaliers in the 2003 NBA Draft. His impact was immediate and profound, earning him the NBA Rookie of the Year award in 2004. LeBron's list of achievements is as long as it is impressive. He's a 19-time All-Star, 19-time All-NBA team honoree, and has been named to 6 All-Defensive teams. His trophy cabinet boasts 4 NBA titles, 4 Finals MVPs, 4 regular season MVPs, 3 All-Star Game MVPs, 2 Olympic gold medals, 1 scoring title, and 1 assist title. And let's not forget, he's the youngest player to achieve many of these feats, setting records that may never be broken. With all he has achieved, the debate of who is the GOAT in NBA history cannot be complete without the mention of LeBron James. With all King James has achieved, it's hard to believe someone else is number 1 on the list, but the next player is truly deserving of that honor. Number 1 is none other than Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Drafted first overall by the Milwaukee Bucks in the 1969 NBA Draft, Abdul-Jabbar, then known as Lou Alcindor, immediately set the league ablaze. From his very first game, it was evident he was something special. He would wrap up his beautiful career with a record 6 MVP awards, 19 All-Star appearances, 15 All-NBA selections, and 11 All-Defensive Team honors. His scoring prowess was unmatched, leading the league twice and finishing his career with an NBA record 38,387 points. Only LeBron James has scored more points. But it wasn't just his scoring. His patented skyhook was unstoppable, his rebounding was relentless, and his defense was formidable, leading the league in blocks 4 times. In the archives of NBA greats, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's name is etched not just on the stat sheet, but in the very fabric of the game. If you enjoyed this video, then you don't want to miss the next upload. It promises to be an exciting one, so subscribe and watch out.